Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to inspire a world where food makes us better. Guys, today we are talking about my routine, my eating routine, and what it looks like these days. And my eating routine, my nutrition strategy, it changed quite a lot over the years. I think it's just natural. We learn more as a scientific society, as a community of nutritionists, nutrition scientists, and other health professionals. So we learn more and more and faster and faster. And I think it's just natural to learn from that and get better, improve your practice based on new knowledge. And from my experience, guys, it just keeps getting better. When you apply what you know, the right strategy to your specific situation, it just keeps getting better. I literally never felt fitter or better in my own body and about my own routine. It just feels amazing. And it keeps surprising me. So today I wanted to share with you what I do as a nutritionist, as a nutrition coach, as somebody who learns rapidly, who learns a lot from recent studies, recent research, and also who applies and experiments all the time with all of the new knowledge, combining different aspects of it: lifestyle, nutrition, exercise, training, recovery, sleep, mindfulness, biohacking, all these different strategies. And well, the results I have today, these days, is amazing, fit, lean body. I don't struggle with my weight fluctuations or my energy fluctuations or with anything really. I don't remember when was the last time I got sick, even with the whole pandemic, and even though I'm traveling quite often, despite all the restrictions and regulations, and everything just seems to work. Like, I sleep really well. When I train, I have a lot of energy, a lot of stamina. I never actually felt fitter again in my own body. So what do I do? What my nutrition strategy routine looks like? I wake up around 4:30 a.m. in the mornings. Sometimes I sleep in till 5 a.m. if I feel like I need more recovery and I'd like to spend more time in bed. Then I do some movement, something like few burpees, push-ups, squats, sit-ups, just to wake my body up, to wake my brain up. I start doing my morning shower washing routine, brush your teeth, take a shower. I finish with a couple of minutes of cold water, the coldest it can get. Depends where I am. So the coldness varies, but it's always the same. A couple of minutes of cold shower. Then I continue with my meditation, my journaling. I'm recording this podcast and doing some work. The reason why I do these days work first is because I like to go out around sunrise, but these days sunrise is later. And so first I do some work and then I go out. Otherwise I would do my morning walk as soon as possible after all my shower and things like that. So I do this work. I drink more water while doing that. I drink about a liter while doing all this waking up routine. And then I go for my morning walk. That's about 30-40 minutes. I come back. I drink more water and I take my morning supplements. That's going to be around 3 hours after waking, 3-4 hours. And in that morning supplement stack, I have matcha, pure matcha powder. I have vitamin C. I have L-carnitine, so vitamin C 500 milligrams, L-carnitine 1000 milligrams. I have multi-mineral with all the essential minerals, not multivitamin, but multi-mineral, and B complex supplement. This whole supplement supplement stack is designed to help my body to use my own body fat and resources more effectively while I'm prolonging my fasting window. So I have a lot of energy for everything I need to do in the morning and my workouts, and I'm in the best position, giving my body everything, all the necessary tools to be able to burn my own fat for fuel effectively and to create the energy I need to do my work, my workouts in the morning. I never feel hungry in the morning, but I do feel when I don't take these supplements that I'm kind of just not in the flow, my brain doesn't work that fast, I don't work that fast. And that's actually understandable because in order, for example, even to make energy, our body, our cells, our energy making machinery, they need certain things like L-carnitine or vitamin C, or different B vitamins to create energy from fat. For example, B2 is needed, right? And there are all these different minerals and B vitamins, and again, vitamin C, L-carnitine, that according to our data, our research, our studies are needed in the body to for the body to be able to create energy for what we need to do. And that's why I also believe I'm able to fast for that long without any calories, because I give my body everything it needs to make energy from internal resources. And so guys, if you want to know more specifics about this supplement stack that doesn't have any stimulants or anything like that, just natural minerals and certain kind of vitamins and amino acid L-carnitine, right? To help my body, again, to use internal resources for energy and performance without having to go for food or for breakfast. That usually actually makes my performance go down and just feels like it slows me down. So that I do my multivitamin stack 3-4 hours after waking, and around the same time I start drinking my coffee. So guys, I highly recommend you to delay your coffee if you're a coffee drinker at least a couple of hours after you're waking, because it seems that when we wake up, our cortisol levels, one of the stress hormones, are high already. That is designed that way to wake us up. And so if we pour coffee on top of that, it seems to interact in a negative way, changing that balance of stress and relax hormones in our body in a way that it messes up with our system long term, and then our body has more difficulties regulating that system, parasympathetic and sympathetic system, or basically systems that in our body that are designed to arouse us or to keep us calm. So early coffee seems to also work or affect in a negative way our adrenals, making them work more than they should. And again, that's this whole thing. It increases stress levels in our body from the research studies that we have there. Not so many, but that's what it seems. And then you kind of get addicted to this high cortisol levels and caffeine in the morning. And overall, for our balance, hormonal and otherwise, for our stress levels, it doesn't seem to do any good. So I highly recommend to delay that coffee for a couple of hours. Also, it seems to help with energy levels overall. So please delay that coffee. Anyhow, I drink mine about 3-4 hours after waking, and I continue sipping on my coffee that is pretty weak. I drink half a liter of it till like 11-ish in the morning. So I sip on my coffee that I make in a French press. I keep sipping on that while working, and then somewhere around 10:30, 11, I usually do my workout of the day. That can be anything from strength training that I do in my own room to athletic training, to some cardio moves, to high intensity interval training. Again, I do everything in my room. I have some dumbbells, some resistance bands. So I do that for about an hour, and again, no food. And after that, about 12 to 1 p.m., depending when exactly my workout is, I start my eating window right after workout. I have a plate of fruit. These days it can be something like a couple of bananas, berries like raspberries or strawberries or blueberries. It can be a couple of kiwis or some apricots or some plums, maybe mango or persimmon, and that's about it. It's quite a big plate. But guys, it doesn't affect anything in your body negatively when it's done as a part of a balanced diet, and when it's done specifically after your workout, because after your workout, your muscles, without even having to engage our pancreas that releases insulin, designed to bring our blood sugar down when we eat something with a lot of carbohydrates. So anyhow, when our muscles are still active after this workout, and they are craving that insulin, especially after all the fasting that I'm doing, they suck in that glucose that becomes available in our body without, again, even having to engage pancreas. That's what our muscles can do, why they're so magical for regulating our blood sugar when we work out. In that depleted state, our muscles, they have special mechanisms that suck in all the glucose available from our bloodstream, again, without even having to engage pancreas and insulin. And that's why if your muscles are active and if you eat your carbohydrates after workout, especially in a depleted state, it doesn't affect your health in any negative way when it comes to blood sugar. You're not going to have any spikes. But again, for that to happen, you need to be in a depleted state in the first place. And then you need to eat whole foods and not too many carbohydrates. Like I eat a plate of fruit, but that's probably around 50, 70 gram of carbohydrates total. And that's a good amount after a workout. Not too much for my size, not too little. So I eat this bowl of fruit, and then in about an hour, that allows all the fruit and everything to be digested and out of my digestive system. Fruit is one of the fastest digested food groups. And it's out of our digestive system into our small intestine in about 30 minutes or less. So it's important, because if you don't want your carbohydrates, your fruit sugars, to ferment with more fat and protein rich foods, then you want your fruit to be out of your stomach by the time you start eating something else. And so in an hour, I would usually have my small mid-afternoon meal or snack. I would have about 500 milliliters of kefir or kefir yogurt. That's another, new fat kind of thing. So that's a fermented dairy product without any added sugar, just plain. So 500 milligrams of that I usually mix with a couple of tablespoons of flaxseed meal that is full of fiber, of minerals, of essential omega and omega-6 fatty acids. So I blend it with that, but also it's a lot of fiber and quite good amount of protein, about 5 grams. So 500 milliliters or grams of kefir, a couple of tablespoons of flax seeds, about 30 grams of 100% no sugar added or nothing added really, 100% dark chocolate. These are like Montezuma's brand in UK. It is so rich and flavorful, guys, and so smooth. So a couple of tablespoons of flax seeds in my kefir, again 30 grams of dark chocolate, and about 20-30 grams of sunflower seeds or some nuts, but usually these days sunflower seeds, because of the highest vitamin E content, plus essential fatty acids again, and quite good mineral content. So sunflower seeds are nutrition-wise, they are really well balanced, I would say, for antioxidant content, essential fatty acids, and mineral content. Plus, they're easier to digest than nuts and don't seem to trigger a lot of sensitivities and allergies as nuts do for many people. So sunflower seeds, and that's it. Then in about another 2.5 hours, I would have my main meal of the day. So I eat all my food from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's my eating window. And so again, it starts with fruit. And then in about an hour, I have my kefir with flax seeds or with sunflower seeds. In about another hour and a half, I would have my main meal of the day. That is usually something like 300-400 grams of protein-rich foods, unless I am having my vegan day. Protein-rich foods like mackerel, salmon, 6 eggs, chicken livers, again, 300-400 grams or so. Once a week I eat red meat. These days I'm loving New Zealand lamb. What else? Mussels. So I add as a nutritionist, because we know variety is a key to having a lot of nutrients, variety of nutrients in our diet. So I would eat 300-400 grams of that different protein-rich foods, again, like mussels, fatty fish, organ meats like chicken livers, sometimes red meat, usually once a week, sometimes 6 eggs, and about 500-800 grams of different vegetables that usually would have red onion, some chestnut mushrooms, some spinach. Spinach I eat almost every single day, about 150 grams of it. Then broccoli or cauliflower, or Brussels sprouts or other vegetables. So 300-400 grams of protein-rich food, but 500-800 grams of vegetables that I saute all together for about 15-20 minutes. And I usually add, of course, a lot of spices and a lot of fresh herbs for all the antioxidants and all the flavor, some sea salt. Usually I wouldn't add any oil or fat on top of that because my protein provides plenty of fat. Before starting eating my main meal, I also have some probiotic-rich foods like sauerkraut or kimchi and either palm hearts or an avocado. Those foods, they have a lot of potassium. Avocado would have also some amazingly healthy and good for you monounsaturated fats, and palm hearts would have a lot of different minerals, actually with quite few, like really little calories. So palm hearts, but they're great sources, the richest source of potassium, hands down. So I would have either palm hearts or avocado with some sauerkraut or kimchi as my appetizer, and then I would have my main meal of the day. And after that, I usually would sip on some peppermint tea, pure peppermint tea that seems to help a lot with digestion, making it smoother. And I just love that taste of mint in my tea after my main meal. And that's about it. By 6 p.m. or so, I'm done with all of my food. I might have at the end of my meal some nuts or seeds. If I'm feeling that for some reason I just didn't have enough food. Usually I'm so stuffed after all this food that I'm like, I'm done. I'm full. I'm no longer hungry and I'm full to my ears. Sometimes it feels like that with all the vegetables. And all this adds up to about 2,000 calories. And unless I'm trying to get super lean for some photo shoot, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be eating 2,000, 2,500 and more, especially if I train hard. So I tend to eat more calories. But that's how my eating days go. And after 6 p.m. I would have some walk. Usually in the middle of the day I would have like half an hour walk, and at the end of my day I would have another walk after my meals. But that's it. And I'm taking another multivitamin with my meals. And because my multi-mineral has several capsules, I take some of that during my eating window too. But outside of my eating window, and except for my morning supplement stack that I take 3-4 hours after waking, outside my eating window, I don't consume anything at all except for water, herbal teas, and black coffee with no creamers, butters, oils, or anything at all. No sweeteners, nothing. So that's my eating strategy. I must focus on one more thing, guys. My nutrition strategy, it's designed that way. So with every calorie, with every bite of food, I deliver maximum amount of essential for human being nutrients. What that means is at the end of my eating day, when I put all of my food into really a detailed nutrition calculator, I want to see that all of my, or almost all of them, all of my basics are covered. Meaning on paper, from what we know now, I'm eating all of my vitamins and minerals through my food. Yes, I take a multi-mineral, a multivitamin, and that builds on top of that, but I'm trying to get the basics from my food because supplements aren't equal to whole foods. They don't work that well. In many cases, we don't actually know how they work and how effective they are because it's just hard to judge. We can't really yet get a lot of data about how all these vitamins and minerals really work in our body. Plus, they work differently in different bodies, different microbiomes at different times of the days with different metabolic health. So my advice and my practice is to get all of the essential for human being nutrients from foods. And that's what I'm trying to do. And for example, why I added fermented dairy, because it's still the richest source of bioavailable calcium, and fermented dairy is much different from milk or other non-fermented dairy things, or from cheese. It seems to work really, really well for most people who think that they don't tolerate other kinds of dairy. That's just a side note. Why I decided to add dairy, because again, it's the richest source of calcium. And yes, I was prior to that taking calcium supplements specifically, but it didn't seem really work that well for my teeth. At least they were more sensitive and I would develop more cavities. Now that I'm eating my dairy, my teeth seems to be in perfect health, not sensitive, and also a lot of things that like some darker spots are actually getting whiter, and seems that my teeth are getting stronger and healing. It's not surprising, actually, when you improve your diet, that your teeth start to improve by themselves. Well, not by themselves, but because you start eating better. Anyhow, I think I covered a lot of ground here. So that's what my eating practice looks like these days. But guys, I must be honest, if on some day I feel like I worked out a lot, and I need more calories in my nutrition, no, I'm not gonna eat any junk food, not ever, because what purpose gonna that serve? Like, it's not gonna make anything better. What I do is I add more nuts, different kinds of nuts and seeds, and sometimes more kefir, sometimes more fatty fish, more protein. When I feel like I'm still hungry, I add those healthy foods, whatever I desire, whole foods, because it means that my body needs a little bit more to recover and to do what it needs to do. You know, I can't really know for sure how much energy or food my body needs. And so I allow myself to eat that food, but I try to stay in my eating window, because it seems very important for our gut on a regular basis to have non-eating window before bed, 3-hour non-eating window, and have a lot of fasting in general. So I'm keeping my fasting window, but I do add some nutritious whole foods when I feel like it. I don't eat any junk. I don't eat any sugar. I don't crave any of that because it has no nutrition. So my body lost any craving for that a long time ago. It took years, but I finally don't crave any junk ever. Anyhow, guys, so it's time for me to stop. I shared my routine with you here. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out for more details over Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, via email that you can find in the show notes, or wherever you find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Reach out, ask questions, ask about details, so you could too create your own nutritionally balanced and adequate routine, so you can actually feel and look your best without having to be on some crazy diet that over a long term only makes things worse. So when it comes to your athletic performance, mental performance, physical and emotional state. So reach out, make it better, and feel awesome. Because guess what, guys? You got this. So I'm here for you to help you figure out the final touches to make your nutrition strategy, if not perfect, then much, much better. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to share this episode with a few people who are equally interested in developing a really solid nutritional practice to make better every aspect of your being and performance. So anyhow, guys, share this episode, learn from it together, practice it together, reach out for more advice. I'm here to help you as much as I can. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.